Welcome to Flash Fried. Starring, and then look, Paul and Scotty are here. That's cool.
White paper bags and whiskers on kittens. Hot woolen sweaters and warm woolen mittens. Brown little packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things.
That's like my favorite movie, Paul. The Sound of Music, dude. Such a beautiful story.
The lyrics that I just sang, or I don't think one of them was correct.
I don't know, dude.
It sounded all right.
It sounded close enough.
It was close.
I bought
When
it.
the dog bites, when the bee stings. These are TJ's favorite things.
TJ loves it when the dog bites.
I like dog bites. I
And the
like
bee
bee
stings.
stings. It's fucking wonderful, it is.
Jesus.
Anyway,
Okay, Cockney TJ.
cock me? You say me?
Why can't I hear? Wait a minute. Why don't I have my headphones on?
I don't know. Why can't I hear? Wait.
y'all?
What's going on? Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to put these damn contraptions on my fucking ear receivers.
On.
My
God,
ear.
man. I'm a professional broadcaster, ladies and gentlemen. Look at me.
Where the hell my headphones?
Where'd they
Why
go?
can't I hear everybody? Can we get a tech guy in here? I can't.
The super glue these
Dude,
to my
so TJ.
fucking head. Yeah,
Like, you know, like how I did the 23andMe test, right?
right.
So it updates periodically, and like I found out that
Are we Jewish? Are we
no,
Jewish again?
actually, no, we're not Jewish again, but we're definitely German.
Cool.
Oh.
And the fucking city name is like Mechelbergen, Heigen, fucking. I'm like, how the fuck?
Shit.
It's in like northern, like very northern Germany.
Wow, they fucking narrowed it down to the city.
Is it
Or
Mecklenburg?
region. Mecklenburg, yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, dude.
Mecklenburgen
So you guys,
Schneegenschlugen.
well,
What?
there's a dude in our fan community that calls himself the Duke of Mecklenburg. He has family ties to the ducal. He's a rich kid.
Oh, I see.
He's gonna love this. He's gonna love that the two of you are also from Mecklenburg because he's
yes,
always.
I have ancestry from. There's strong evidence to suggest that we have family from.
Did we leave before the Holocaust, or were we part of that shit? That's what
I don't know. Unfortunately, so we have.
We need to ask 23
So
me
we
about
almost
that.
assuredly have Nazis in our family.
Well,
and slave owners.
Yeah, because I know we're direct lineage of slavery.
Yeah.
So maybe we're direct lineage of Nazis too.
I might have like a Nazi relative, maybe,
Hello, Paul.
but
Guten
all the
Tag.
evidence
Good to see old
suggests
Uncle Adolf here.
my
to see
family
you.
was always like peasants and shit.
This, I got a lot of rich people in my family's history.
Yeah, that's the thing is like money tends to follow money. You know what I mean? I don't have a single rich person anywhere in my family.
Anywhere, nowhere.
Not you don't have like one
No.
rich uncle, nothing.
Well, okay, I have a step grandfather that's kind of independently wealthy, but that don't count. You know
I
what
got
I
like
mean?
a step cousin grandfather,
Yeah.
some
I wanna-
weird,
I want to.
really related.
I
Not
want.
at all.
Yeah, that explains how much German though.
A lot, like 32%.
32. Yeah.
That's
Something like that.
Yeah, then you
Crazy.
guys.
I had no idea we were so German. This
See, I've got,
explains
like,
my love of
10%
sausages and chocolate.
You would love some sausage, TJ.
Chocolate.
Yeah, every time mine updates, I get a little more Irish.
Wow.
That's the one that moves around on mine
A
when
little
they.
more of a patty, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, being German is way cooler than being Irish. We did all kinds of cool shit.
Fuck off, lad. Kiss the Blarney Stone, TJ. Come drink a pint and tell me you feel the same.
You know, I could get down with that.
The luck of the little folk will be upon ye if you come
Well,
to the Emerald
you
Isle.
have Irish and British ancestry as
Yeah,
well.
so we're a hodgepodge, man. Our
Probably not as
fucking-
much as Paul. Paul,
Our
what's your
ancestors would
percentage?
fuck anybody as long as they were also
Are you like
white.
50, 60%?
'Cause
I'm
there
like
was
50 Irish,
no
and then
miscegenation.
30 British, Scottish mix, and then a little sprinkling of German, a little sprinkling of French.
Dude, Taylor's like the of any person I know has the most like British now. She's like 58%.
Damn.
Dude,
Wow.
she's like super high.
She's like Austin Powers up in there. Anyway, let's get to some news, eh?
All right.
Oh, there's news?
There's news. Paul, you love the news.
No, I don't.
He hates it, in fact.
You
I actually
love
hate the news.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't, Paul. No, you don't.
I do.
You
You're right, I don't. Let's get to the news.
I love it.
All right. So,
It's like a Marsha moment. Russia, Russia, Russia.
dude, I made a meme of Trump's head on Jan before and said Russia, Russia, Russia on it. So it's kind of weird.
Oh, you did do
Wow,
that?
he saw it.
Like
I did
years
not
ago.
see that, dude.
Dude, he saw it, and this is his way of like subtly digging
Yeah.
back at you.
Yeah,
Oh, Trump saw it.
Trump's
Dude, he
sending me
po-
messages,
He
man.
pwned you, dude.
You think?
Yeah, with
Wow.
that first line, he let you know I'm looking at you, TJ
I'm
Kirk.
watching you, motherfucker. All right, so tweet wreck is the headline that Drudge Report has chosen.
Which I mean,
Now, Drudge Report has never really been too much in the Trump corner.
That's true.
They kind of...
They ride the fence.
They're fence riders on it, but whenever there's an opportunity to attack Trump, they pretty much do it. But in this case, how can you really blame anyone in the media for attacking this tweet? Let's just take a look at this. Russia, Russia, Russia. That's all you heard at the beginning of this witch hunt hoax, and now Russia has disappeared because I had nothing to do with Russia helping me to get elected. It was
Wow.
a crime that didn't exist, so now the Dems and their partner, the fake news media, blah, 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 blah. So obviously the line that we're supposed to focus on here is the highlighted portion.
Right.
I had nothing to do with Russia helping me to get elected, which is kind of like being like, I had nothing to do with hiring
that
a
helped me.
hitman to kill that girl that I did.
I did not
That's
have
dead.
sexual relations with that woman.
You know,
No, this is funny. I mean, look, everybody that can follow the evidence knows that Russia did engage in a campaign to hurt Hillary Clinton and help Donald Trump. So it's not like this didn't happen or this is some revelation. It's just the first time he's ever like kind of admitted it, I guess. Although I got to be honest, knowing how stupid he is and how mush-mouthed he is, this may not be the intent of this tweet.
Wet from the viewpoint of water.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's the problem with Trump is like you can't really make too big of a deal out of this because he can always fall back on, I'm so stupid, I didn't really understand what I was saying.
Right.
And I just didn't understand the
And you gotta-
grammatical situation that was going on there.
You got to give him that. But
I had nothing to do with raping all those girls
You know
I
what?
raped.
Fuck this, dude. I'm gonna have a fucking.
I had
different
nothing
take.
to do with lighting
People are
that
shitting
fire I started.
People are giving Trump shit about how much he lies. Hey, look right here. Trump told the truth, dude. I had nothing to do with helping Russia help me get elected.
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta give him credit for something.
Not denying that Russia helped me get elected, but I didn't have nothing to do
I
with
didn't
it.
look. They helped me, but did I have anything to do with it? I'm innocent.
Wow.
You know
They
what I mean?
just chose of their own volition to help, and that's
Can't
just
win.
how they roll.
This is why you can't win with the media, dude. You can't win. Trump tells
Can't
the truth,
win.
and people are mad.
Well, let's see how the Donald is spinning it, huh?
Yeah.
Because this is the big pro-Trump place on the
They've got to
internet.
have a spin on this one.
Okay, President Trump delivered.
Try
Okay,
our
that's
cricket
nothing to do
sound
with
effect.
it. Creepy Bob. Nope, that's nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Robert Mueller came to the Oval Office. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's nothing to do with it.
Here's another tweet. Not the one we're talking
No.
about, though.
Where's their reaction to that tweet?
Case closed. That's what they're saying.
Case closed.
Case closed, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so, well, maybe it's one of the newer posts, TJ.
Not seeing. These are the newer posts. I mean, this is all.
These are the newest ones.
Yeah, this is the top of the page, right? Oh, well, George Carlin's here. Political correctness is fascism pretending to be manners. George Carlin. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
George Carlin. Because, if George Carlin was still around today,
He'd be on the Donald.
he'd be he'd be wearing MAGA hats.
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit, for sure.
He'd be hiding his bald-ass dome with a MAGA hat.
Everyone knows.
He'd have the ponytail coming out the back.
We were actually talking earlier about how, hey, look at this person. The Kaiser 51. Is Scotty trolling out the Donald? What do you got?
Whoa.
No comment.
And yes, it's possible for animals to be trans. Your cat having a penis does not make it male. It's animal abuse to misgender your animals.
Oh, God.
Okay.
People
well.
are too bored.
Anyway, so we were talking earlier about how,
Red
like,
circuses.
all these we see all these people left and right wing trying to get the ghost of George Carlin on their side.
Oh, yeah. Like, I recently, like a couple weeks ago, was in an argument with Vadim the Newquist, or, creationist cat. Yes. I was in an argument with a cat on Twitter about him. I don't even remember what the context was. We reposted some article about Carlin's daughter saying what George would have thought about this, that, or the other thing, right?
Ridiculous.
And he's reposting that, as some kind of tacit proof that George Carlin would have been on his side.
George Carlin would
So
have
it's like both sides.
Prosecco.
Both sides of this fucking political argument want to run over to George Carlin's old fucking dusty, dried up
and play
corpse.
tug of war.
Yeah. And just plant their fucking stupid ideological flag in it. And, thank goodness he's not around to eviscerate us for even thinking they could try to do such a thing. Fuck you people.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's like, dude, and I was telling them this earlier, but I feel it bears mentioning is that, TJ and Scotty are the same type of guys. If we say something, we stand behind what we say. Good, bad, right, or wrong, however it turns out.
As retarded as it may be.
It's something that I said. I don't go running around to fucking antiquity looking for great thinkers that are dead that couldn't contravene my fucking shit.
Yeah, Sophocles agreed with me.
Yeah.
Come on.
Diogenes would have been my main man.
as Aristotle would have said, you're a fucking faggot, dude.
It's like, make a fucking argument or shut the fuck up. Quit running around to these people that, and by the way, Carlin is the worst one to do this to.
Right.
Worst one.
Because he never wanted to be on any of your stupid teams.
No, he never even fucking thought about stepping onto one of them. He loved standing and watching the trains go by and making fun of all the dumb passengers on them. And there's no reason to believe that in his old age he would have come to fucking SJW dumb or the Donald Hood.
I mean,
I just love the fact that he was the kind of guy that they both want, though.
Remember what George Carlin
They're both
said?
trying to get
they both want to be this.
You remember what he said though? He said, "When you're born, you get a ticket to the fucking freak show.
Of course.
And when you're born to America, you get a fucking front row seat." I mean, are you kidding me? This is the guy that's fucking on the side of the Donald. Like, he's not. This is fucking so. And it's so obvious why they do it. He's a cultural icon. He's a popular figure. I mean, he's still. I mean, even actually, arguably more popular today. Because look at YouTube clips. There's so many clips of him proliferating everywhere. Yeah. So it's so easy to fucking just go and claim him and say, because he's dead, he can't fucking say anything. He's on our side. Oh, here's a quote from him. He's on our side.
They do this with other dead people too.
It's
all the time.
It's this fucking tug of war, dude.
Like, have you ever seen these conservatives that go around trying to be like, if MLK was still alive now, he would be a conservative. He'd be a Republican.
Oh, yeah. The Republican Party, the party of Lincoln. It's like, oh, my God. Just always trying to drag a corpse out and be like, we're like this person everyone likes and thinks is good.
I mean, he was a socialist. He was practically
When Abraham
a fucking
Lincoln was
communist.
alive, he was a dividing fucking figure in America. Now that fucking history has fucking written him is totally different. Now let's lot him up. George Washington, I cannot tell a lie. It's all bullshit, and people just believe it. They're so fucking naive. They're so fucking stupid. It's just, let's trot someone out, and you know them. Oh, this person that's historically fucking famous in this country, they would have agreed with us. Give me a fucking break.
It's all a masturbatory.
It reminds me of something Albert Einstein once said, and he said, Scotty, you're a dumb fucking cunt,
a raving
dude.
retard.
It's all a masturbatory fantasy, too, because these people, they take a guy like George, who's obviously, like, fucking intelligent, like, more intelligent than your average Joe by a country mile.
Right.
And well-spoken and kind of above reproach, well-liked by both sides because he never took a side. And they want that. They just, it's like a fantasy that, what if George took our side?
It's like
what if George was making SJW arguments?
It's like Fight Club. It's like Fight Club, dude. In death, George Carlin does take a side.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It's like, fuck you, man.
No, he doesn't.
Dude,
he never did. Look, okay, George Carlin was a left-leaning guy. That's not controversial to say. If you just, I read his autobiography, Last Words. He explicitly says he's left-wing. There's interviews where he explicitly says he's left-wing. So in his personal life, he was more left-wing.
Right.
But as far as his stage shit went, he was just as prone to attack liberals and liberal values as he was to attack conservatives and conservative values. He found that balance. He wanted everyone to know that he thought they were all ridiculous across the board. He critiqued humanity in a much broader sense. And there's no fucking way that George Carlin would ever have put on a fucking MAGA hat or fucking sided with the SJWs or sided with anybody because he despised groups. He had some respect for individuals as he met them, but he did not. He disliked groups. He disliked institutions. He disliked political causes.
He was totally anti-authoritarian. If you look about his youth and what people have said about him that knew him at the time and what he has said about himself in the past was that, like, he was a fucking rabble-rouser. He was going around just like, I'm breaking into buildings. I don't care what the fuck I do. I don't want anyone to tell me what to do or what to think. This isn't the kind of fucking guy that's going to go join a fucking side. He's not going to sign up and say, I'm with the Donald. I'm with the Democrats. He's not that fucking guy. Don't try to fucking claim him. Let his shit that he made and he created stand for itself.
Anyway, let's go back around to this tweet, because this tweet that Trump made He has deleted since.
Well, he deleted it and then re-uploaded it, is what I've heard.
Oh, well, let's take
He
a look.
updated his tweet.
So let's see. Evidenced by his Twitter feed, President Donald Trump woke up Thursday morning with Special Counsel Robert Mueller and his stunning 9-minute press conference very much on his mind. In a remarkable development, however, it appears that Trump is publicly admitting for the first time that Russian interference helped get him elected as president, as has been stated repeatedly by numerous U.S. intel and Justice Department investigations, including the Office of the Special Counsel. That is until he deleted the tweet. Here are the screenshots of the tweets in which Trump said he had nothing to do with Russia helping me get elected. Blah, 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 blah. While Mueller in his press conference Wednesday, most blah, blah, blah. I don't see anything about him re-uploading it or trying to... Okay, wait, here we go.
Yep.
Trump reposted the tweet admitting Russia helped get him elected. He appears to have corrected a typo in the second tweet, changing acquisition to accusation. Okay. So he fixed that, but he didn't fix the part that said I had nothing to do with Russia helping me get elected.
So, yeah.
So does he think that that's okay?
So here's what I think happened. I think that...
here's the interesting. It's unclear why he didn't not delete the admission in his reposted tweet, given he just disavowed in comments to reporters.
Right. So
this is just stupidity, right?
Right. So here's what I think happened. Here's why I think it went down and then came back up. So he started to see the blowback he was getting from this. He just deleted it. Then his media people came to him and they were like, Donald, you can't do this. You have to put that back up because like now it looks like you're trying to cover up something that you said. It's bad, all the way bad. You have to put it back up. Just fix this typo in the second tweet and put it back up. And he did. I think that's probably what happened.
So they basically like acted like. So you think they were like, okay, we can't run away from this because we posted this.
It's the screenshotted. It's all over the news.
It's all over the news media. You got to stand by this and try to justify it somehow.
Yep. It's clear to me.
So
that's
basically,
what happened.
he puts the tweet back up, but they have to act like, okay, well, the reason we did it was because we had to fix a typo.
There was a typo.
There was a typo.
Right.
You know, that was the problem. You know, Trump's auto correct on his phone or whatever changed accusation to acquisition, and we just had to fix that.
They didn't fix his weird capitalization that doesn't need to be there. Those typos are all still there. Look at that second tweet in the repost.
Yeah, like is witch hunt hoax the name of a band?
Or
is
obstruction a proper noun?
Is it? Yeah, it looks like it probably is.
It's always capital O.
Could this be a case of obstruction?
So why didn't they fix those typos if they were going to go back and clean this tweet up? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah,
I think I'm dead on balls.
You know
what
happened?
happened,
guys? It's presidential harassment. The end fucking sums it all up. We're harassing the president of the United States. It's not like he's a public servant.
Fuck him.
It's not like he has a job to do where he knew he was going to be scrutinized. Like he scrutinized Obama so heavily. But when Donald Trump was elected president, it was all supposed to be sunshine and rainbows. And let's just forget about any bad. Political disagreements, they don't exist anymore. Donald Trump's just great. Everyone just get behind the president 100%. That's what the country was supposed to do, right? When you elect somebody, we're all just supposed to now get along and agree.
You guys see what I mean last week when I said that they should just let Trump go be a sumo wrestler?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, dude.
Let him, like, I think Trump should just go do a bunch of ceremonial shit.
Let him go give trophies to sumo wrestlers and pole vaulters and bicyclists all over.
Let him pin medals on people. Yeah. Let him judge fucking county fairs.
Look, we need to start treating him like the United States grandpa.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
He's just like, he's your kooky grandpa.
He's Grandpa U.S., and we need to keep him busy in his twilight years.
You know what he can do? In Trump's tweets, they don't go out to anybody, but he gets a bunch of likes. And he still gets all like, there's a bunch of bots that go in and go, love you, Donald.
Let him go out, but just change his name to like Grumpy Old Grandpa Trump or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, fuck changing his name. We just all need to start everybody, both sides of the aisle need to start thinking about him like that. He's our official grandpa. And when he's left alone to his own devices, all this horrible venom comes out, and it's hurtful to him and the country. So let's keep him busy. Let's get there's any number of fucking.
If you contextualize him as your grandpa, then whenever he says something that's really fucked up, you could just be like, "Grandpa."
He's sundowning.
Oh, you.
Grandpa, please.
It's like when you're. I mean, like I remember eating lunches with my grandma and shit, and her sitting there like. And that's why I never trusted the Japs, you know. And I'm like, oh shit,
oh whoa.
I'm like, all right, Grandma. Well, you know, Grandma. I mean, you're so old. There's no point.
You're like 90 years old. What are you gonna?
What are you gonna do? You know. So yeah, you know, just you can just pass it off as like they're just old and stupid. Who cares? But of course he's president, so
Right.
everyone has to fucking give
But
a shit.
tell me there's not a billion little fucking trophy ceremonies all
There
over
are,
the fucking
all over
world
the
that would
place.
love to have a U.S. president come and,
I mean,
hand
he
it
can
out.
go cut ribbons and
State visits and drink tea and drink goblets of wine with the fucking people. And because when he's overseas, like, except for one incident when he was over in Japan where he made some nasty tweet from Japan about Kim Jong-un being okay. It's okay that he fired missiles off. He was mostly just running around getting laurels thrown over his head and
we need to keep this
trying
fucker
food.
busy.
Yeah, giving trophies to little Japanese kids at their schools and looking at art. We need to keep him
It seems like
engaged.
Japan.
You know what we really need to do?
You know what it is? I want to say this too. I want to give credit to Japan. Like they're like the only country seem to figure out how to deal with Donald Trump. Just kiss his ass and give him a bunch of fucking.
Oh, it's not the
ribbons and
only
shit.
country. Every time he goes to China, they do the same goddamn
I
thing.
guess-
You remember the goddamn festival they threw for him?
Yeah.
I didn't actually know about that.
Where
but-
he actually they wowed him so much that when he got back from the Chinese visit, he went on the news and went on like a 1.5 minute tangent about the chocolate cake that they served.
Wow.
Him. He said they brought out the biggest, most beautiful piece of chocolate cake. I mean, you've never had a piece of cake like they gave me in China at this beautiful festival, and it just had so many layers and
So
it was
beautiful.
moist.
Another thing that we need to do for Trump, and this is kind of more expensive than that other stuff, but obviously keeping him busy is one thing, but he does like his downtime. We know he likes to sit around and watch a lot of TV.
Right.
So I think what we got to do is we got to just create a channel that's just for Trump that he thinks everyone else is seeing, but really it's all for his benefit.
Right.
And basically all that channel does is just all day like Trump is doing an amazing job as president, y'all. The public loves him. His approval's at 90%.
Oh yeah,
You
we got to
know?
do our job. Yeah, as long as he's not doing anything evil.
And then well,
it's like Pavlov's
but that's the
dog.
thing too.
We gotta train
That
him to
news site-
salivate for
food
in foreign countries and not negative attention.
But that news site, that news channel, that fake news channel that only Trump can see,
yeah.
that's being broadcast from a bunker somewhere.
Yes.
That one, it can just it can basically shape his ideology too.
Yeah.
And the people are clamoring for President Trump to announce this and do this and just make
The
it like
people love him.
and just talk all the time about everyone loves him, everyone
Yeah.
thinks he's great.
If we all fucking got on board with this, we call it Operation Grandpa, we could save the Republic. I'm not even fucking joking, dude.
But another thing we got to do though, if you really want to make it, we got to get all these people like Bolton and shit away from him.
Yeah, and we got to stop criticizing him when he golfs and shit.
Right. Oh no, instead of that, all we got to do is talk about President Trump shot another amazing golf game today.
Just let him go into a dark room and fill out his own scorecard and put in a. Did you see Kyle Kalinske covering his absurdly high golf score?
Actually. Because it was funny because we had just talked about that a few days before, and then I saw Kyle covering, and I was like, "That's interesting."
Yeah.
And it turns out that it was pretty much exactly like we suspected. Trump.
He totally fudges
He's
his
a
numbers.
cheater and-
He shot a round of golf with Rush Limbaugh, who looks like a pot-bellied hobbit. And he shot a round of golf that would have put Jack Nicklaus to shame.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
It was crazy.
It was like he shot.
Kyle did a full video on like he.
I can't remember what it is because I'm not a golfer, but it was some absurd number under par.
Yeah, I'm like 10 under par, normal game.
Yeah.
It's like
Now,
what?
weirdly enough, Kyle Kalinske likes to play golf, so he knows like a lot
Right.
about golf.
He's
And
a golfer guy.
And he was talking about how like the scores that Trump is claiming to have would make him like one of the top golfers in the world, especially for his age.
Jesus.
Like he was basically saying like, he would have the scores he was getting would have fucking like put like the PGA like women's champion to shame.
Oh, yeah.
It would have put like Jack Nicklaus at the same age as Trump to shame.
Absurdly high score.
So like basically like Trump's saying like that he's a professional level fucking golfer basically.
He does own a number of golf courses, TJ.
So yeah, I guess he does.
Yeah, that's my mulligan. I mean, come
But
on, dude.
there was also people who talked about playing golf with Trump that just basically said like, he'd hit it on the green and then he'd just pick it up and he'd be like, yeah, I would have got that in one, so we just count that as
Of
one
course.
stroke. He'd always be taking mulligans and like, oh well, that doesn't count and this doesn't count. No,
That's awesome, dude.
Dude, of course he is. Dude,
So
that's how
basically,
that
it's
how-
like he's like a little
would
kid.
Would you imagine Trump being any other fucking way?
No, I would not.
Right.
Dude, that's like fucking playing like putt-putt golf, dude, or fucking playing miniature golf.
But this all feeds into the grandpa principle. We got to stop the, if we're all going to get on the boat here, we got to start, going with it and going, that's good, Grandpa Trump. You shoot better golf than anybody ever.
Amazing shot, Grandpa.
What a shot, Grandpa Trump. That's right.
Look at his
Where
body,
are you going to
dude.
be next week? Beijing. You're kidding.
Wow.
With the president? Oh, the chocolate cake. Yes, I remember you mentioning that. You're going to get another slice of that, Grandpa? That's good.
I'm going to get more cake. I want to see him eating this fucking cake. Do we have it? No, there's no picture of it. Damn.
Yeah, oh no, there was no photography allowed because it was like something in the Forbidden City or whatever the fuck in China.
Damn.
It was like some, state thing.
But he was eating the most beautiful cake, dude.
Yeah, he described it. He
The
said they
most
brought the
beautiful
most
piece of
decadent
chocolate
piece of chocolate cake. the
while
most
he
beautiful.
bombed Syria. That's great.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? I mean, I don't give a fuck. I think I'm happy that Trump fucking got giddy over a piece of fucking chocolate cake because that
Well,
makes
that's
him
the
more
thing.
relatable to me.
I'm not really happy about it, but if we want to neutralize him, we need to seize on it.
Let's see.
I don't know, Paul, because should you go to the top of this article?
When you were with the president of China, you're launching these military strikes. Was that planned? How did that come about that it's happening right then? Because right there you're saying, a reminder, here's who the superpower in the world is.
You have no idea how many people want to hear the answer to this. I have watched speculation for 3 days now on what that was like.
When did you tell him?
But I'll tell you.
Before dessert,
But
or-
I will tell you. Only because you've treated me so good for so long, I have to tell you, right? I was sitting at the table. We had finished dinner. We're now having dessert. And we had the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake that you've ever seen. And President Xi was enjoying it.
Sure he was.
Given the message from the generals that the ships are locked and loaded, what do you do? And we made a determination to do it. So the missiles were on
Eating
the
cake
way.
and
I
bombing
said, "Mr.
people.
President,
I'm the
let me
president.
explain something to you. This is during dessert. We've just fired 59 missiles, all of which hit, by the way, unbelievable, from hundreds of miles away, all of which hit. Amazing.
Unmanned. Brilliant.
It's so incredible. It's brilliant. It's genius. Our technology, our equipment is better than anybody by a factor of 5. I mean, what we have in terms of technology, nobody can even come close.
Nobody can even come close.
I was eating cake and killing people at the same time.
Eating cake and
How do you-
killing people.
How do you feel about that?
That's another thing we got to do. We got to sate Trump's warlust. We have to just invent a country of like bad Gaiastan or something that he can fucking have a fake war with, and the generals can come give him reports.
Yeah. Seriously.
We want some more
That'd be
bombs
great.
today, President Trump.
Good. The bad Gaiastan generals are invading Nothingville, sir. What do we do?
Bomb them.
Bomb them all.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well, I'm glad that Trump had the most delicious, tasty.
It was the most
beautiful
delicious cake that
piece
he's
of
ever
chocolate
had.
cake.
Let's talk. We have actually we have a couple of trailers we're gonna look at.
Oh, nice. I like this because it doesn't feel like the news.
Yeah, this is not really the news. Well, this is kind of like
It's kind of the news.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it over here. This is you can't really see the whole thing here. It says Batwoman first look trailer from the CW,
Okay.
and
So this Batwoman.
Batwoman, and this is the latest trailer to just be despised by people. Actually, I'm gonna move it back over on this screen,
The CW.
so we can kind of get a full screen of it. But this, as you can see, down here.
This is
73,000 upvotes, 355,000 down.
and this is a trailer for a new show coming on the CW.
Yeah, this is a
correct?
new show coming soon to the CW,
Well, I for one am super excited.
and people are mad.
All right.
People are mad. You want?
They're just sexist.
How mad are they?
No, you know
Oh.
what? I don't want to watch
well,
it.
they're mad enough that it's
I wanna
355,000
see-
downloads.
Well, I don't want to let
No,
their
yeah.
I don't want to let their
wanna
opinions taint
All
my
right.
opinion.
All right.
I want the work to speak for
Yes.
itself.
Okay.
Let's see.
If that's what
it's
you
3
want.
minutes.
Yeah, it's really long.
Jesus.
I'm gonna go ahead and play the audio. It could be risky, but I'm just gonna do it.
All right.
Like I'm watching Tron.
Yeah, it does sound very Tron-y, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Why is it so Tron-y?
When you enter the grid, I mean Gotham. I mean I don't know.
Dude, that's it's
Is this just the Tron soundtrack? Because it sounds exactly
Tron-
like
yeah,
the
let me
Tron
tell you,
sound.
there's a genre of electronic music called synthwave that's huge right now, and it's basically sounds like it's on the Tron soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's kind of a retro '80s synth thing.
Oh,
Hope
okay.
Daft Punk's getting
Yep.
the
I
royalties.
kind of
for this
like
one.
it.
Safety.
I hate the. I'm getting pretty sick of that fart sound.
Did that start with
emphasized.
Inception?
I think it did. You know what? It worked for Inception, but it ain't working for me no more.
Because it had an ingenious tie-in with the plot of the film. Like, the plot of the film had this ingenious tie-in with a piece of music and, it being slowed down. So it made sense, and it was a cool way for them to accent
Also-
their trailer. But everybody else doing it, I'm dead with you, dude. I'm sick of
It
it.
sounds like a fart at this point to me.
Yeah, I'm just done. I'm so I expect it now. It's become the new, in a world.
Well, in Inception too, when that sound would play, it was like a shift in the dreamscapes. Like the cities would mold and change and
Right.
shit,
You know,
But with this,
it was
just,
Yeah, you
used
got to
in the-
do something more. Like, if you're going to use that kind of sound effect, you got to do something more epic with it, but you should just stop using it because it's overused at this point.
You just got to do something with it, period.
how about a lens flare?
Like anything.
Lens flare, lens flare. So here
That's
we
a
are.
pretty weak bat signal too, if I have to say so myself.
Yeah, that
dude.
is a pretty pussy fucking
they try-
bad
they-
signal.
What if,
always-
Bat, what
they
if
try to make
Batman's
it-
like, where is that? Is that
They
the
try
bat
to make
signal?
it seem realistic now, like
No.
just let it fucking unnaturally fucking be
I want a
crystal clear
yellow,
in the sky.
I want a fucking yellow, bright bat symbol in the fucking sky, dude.
Yeah.
Man gave up on us. The bat's not coming back.
Great acting.
Something's up. Eyes everywhere.
What is this?
Wait, what?
Is this a
Whatever.
YouTube special series, dude? It's what it feels like. It feels like a bunch of YouTubers
Yeah, this
made
is
this.
garbage. Oh my god.
What was that? That looked like the fucking guy from Donnie Darko.
It looks like
Donnie
a guy that just
Darko's
came from Party City. What are
Donnie
you talking
Darko's
about?
mental figment has come to
Yeah,
life and is
well, it looked like
terrorizing
the bunny.
Gotham.
What was the bunny's name?
Frank.
Yeah.
Hello, said Alice. Shall we believe the crows will...
Shall we even sit and listen to this horrible character speak for one more second? I think not.
Shall we?
What is this? Why does that villain look like they're from a Saturday Night Live skit?
Yeah, the budget doesn't really look too great on this, huh?
Ugh.
Not at all.
Sophie's missing.
The acting.
I thought you should
Oh
know.
my god, the acting is like soap opera.
Oh my god,
shit.
it's such a...
Then let me help.
Bad idea.
Let me help.
Where'd you get this? What happened to staying out of it?
I don't know. Nothing. Dramatic music,
Oh,
lesbians.
she's a lesbian?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's a lesbian. Which is from the comics, by the way.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
that-
don't read the fucking comics. I didn't
No,
know.
I mean, like, there was a... Well, it depends on which version of Batwoman you're talking about, but...
There have been lesbian.
The only one I know about is the one what was played by the chick that was in Clueless.
I think that was Batgirl. Batgirl and Batwoman are not the
Oh,
same.
oh, really?
Correct.
Yes.
I thought Batgirl just became Batwoman.
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I know that
Like Robin became Red Hood or whatever the fuck.
Right? Yeah. Well,
comic book shit is so complicated.
it does get
dude.
convoluted, and
Yeah.
I'm not super.
I'm not
in tune with
sure
it,
either.
But I do know that there was a Batwoman who was a lesbian in the comics. So
Oh yeah.
yes.
So
that
okay.
was like
all
the-
right. Hey, whatever.
So that is actually based in comic
Yeah,
lore.
she just jerk off
But
material.
the rest of this, I'm not so certain about. What's the fuck? Oh God, it's Donnie Darko! Why are you wearing that stupid bat suit?
Get back, Donnie Darko! Leave me alone!
Look at the frying
She's
pan.
beating the shit out of these bargain basement
Oh my
furries
god,
and shit.
I can't tell you how much I hate this villain.
Send your father a message.
Dude, I love this though, dude.
Is that supposed to be Harley Quinn?
I think so.
Dude, I fucking love it. She's beating the shit out of her big burly henchman, and then the small, effeminate-looking chick, like, I have a switchblade. It's like, you've got me tied up. It's like, what the fuck? Really?
So they're reclaiming the sexy Harley Quinn and giving us what somebody that literally looks like they're about to be cast in the sequel to fucking Bridesmaids.
Yeah, I guess.
All I have left, Kate.
All I have left.
I'm not evil. I'm good.
Wayne Enterprises.
Wayne Security. You owe my boss a new door.
Your boss is my cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then. Go ahead and explore the whole shit then.
Yeah, you go on in there.
Whatever.
So I have this thing with rolls.
Great security you got, Bruce Wayne.
Hey,
Dude,
what are you doing?
Good thing the Joker never tried to just walk in. What the fuck is that?
I'm Batman's cousin.
Why didn't you say so?
Oh, well, right this way to the Batcave. Which
Actually, I've got an
I thought the
appointment.
Batcave was supposed to. I thought the Batcave was supposed to be at Wayne Manor, not at the Wayne Enterprises.
Just imagine the Joker strolling in and be like,
Oh, you'll find my name on the ledger. It's Frank something or other.
You'll find it on the Heath ledger.
Oh, okay, I guess that's fine then. Oh, don't touch that. Don't go in the secret Batcave, sir. No, it's okay. I should be here. It's fine.
all right.
Okay.
Oh, all right, I guess. What is this?
Also, why is the Batcave under Wayne Enterprises? It's supposed to be at Wayne Manor.
Yeah, it's at Wayne Manor.
So,
I mean, maybe this is... Well, I guess there's bats in this one, too.
I guess that doesn't matter
I don't
that
know.
much, but...
No, this is definitely a cave. So, Oh, wait. There's a bat suit with tits already?
There's already the bat
Literal
tit suit.
perfection.
It will be. When it fits a woman.
I guess it's not supposed to have tits.
Dude, that thing... Can we go back? Go back.
Yeah, that definitely had tits.
That thing already had tits. It already had woman boobs. Look. Let's look at this shit.
Yep.
That has tits!
Yep.
That already has pechos!
So why the fuck does it have to be altered, supposedly?
What are we altering again?
I need you to
Yeah, it already has tits.
Dude, that does not look like the bat suit! It looks like the
No.
tit suit!
The tit suit.
You're
man.
immediately drawn to the brassiere!
It's
It's got a bat brassiere on!
And they're fucking.
It looks like about her size already, too.
I know.
I need you to fix his suit.
The suit is literal perfection.
It will be. When it fits a woman.
This is horrible! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh boy! Oh shit! Oh, look out! The CW's got one for us, boys! Woohoo!
What is the budget for this, dude? Oh, the Flash.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Amy Poehler is Harley Quinn.
Awesome. Hilarious. Handsome.
Oh my god, this looks abysmal. Oh my god, Batman is not supposed to make out with people.
I'll save
Dude, the
I'm not Batman. I'm Batwoman.
Batwoman lesbian sex scene, dude. All right.
I just saved you from danger.
The
now
Joker
let's
is
make
gonna
out.
defeat her immediately. He's gonna find a hot bitch and do his Joker wizardry on her and make her one of his acolytes, and then send her in to fuck Batwoman. You know what I mean? While you're laying there smoking a cigarette in the afterglow,
The heroine.
turn her head into pulp.
Check this out, Paul. Wait, watch this.
Oh God! All right.
No, watch this.
All right.
The hero we need. Just everyone be quiet. I want you to see this. This is brilliant. Oh!
Damn.
Oh!
Wow, dude.
You gotta give it to him.
Powerful.
You gotta give it to him.
That was powerful.
You gotta give it to him.
Yeah, I give
The
it to
hero
him.
we need is
If there's one,
her.
whoever made that decision for the trailer, it should be the only person that isn't fired.
No, it's not. It's Batwoman.
I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's work.
Yeah. Damn right. Batwoman.
I love the fact that all that
dare to defy.
the only thing standing between anybody on the street and the Batcave is a dorky black dude sitting at a desk that just lets anybody go like, oh, I'm Bruce Wayne's cousin.
all right. Okay. Well. Oh, all right. Well, you're going down there. Oh.
You're not going to put tits on the suit? Yes, I am. Okay. Mr. Wayne is not going to be happy about that?
Also, dude, Batwoman has red hair now, too.
Oh, yeah, of course. I saw that.
So, like,
Where'd she get that? She
She
went and got extensions for the bat
suit. Yeah.
The bat suit.
Yeah, I think she just decided, like, you know what? I want the strategic disadvantage of long hair that any villain can grab.
Yeah. Never mind the fact that, never mind. Nothing else needs to be said about that. The Joker's literally going to grab a fistful of that and cut your throat immediately. You're stupid.
Oh.
Can you imagine? Well, whatever. I'm not even going to go into it. I think people watching this can just see how bad this is going to be.
It's self-evidently shit.
Well, that's why it has such low ratings. Someone said, does CW stand for cringeworthy?
Yeah, it might.
I am a strong, independent woman. Steals everything from Batman, even the name.
Wreck, dude.
Ouch.
Another person making the cringeworthy thing. The same joke.
Nice try, but it's already been done.
I'm here for the comments. Man. Yeah, whatever. Come on. You got anything else funny? The most amazing thing about this trailer, if you take all the feminist messaging, it would still look awful.
Completely
yeah, well,
agree.
that's absolutely true.
Totally agree.
Please stop commenting things hating on this show. My finger is getting tired of liking all of them.
Dude.
Pretty soon, who are you? I'm Bat Person. Who knew that changing the bat signal to the virtue signal would be such a bad idea? All right, it's getting corny now, guys.
Hey, got some other ones.
All right.
That's 11K right there.
What's that? Yeah. Doesn't want to take credit for a man. Sorry, doesn't want a man to take credit for a woman's work. Steals a man's lifetime work. Okay. Still can't believe this is real, not some SJW parody. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's another 11,000 one.
Why were there already tits on the bat suit?
God, these try not.
Why is there not a single
challenges are getting unreal?
Why is there not a single comment about there already being tits on that bat
Hey, let's
suit?
go ahead and comment.
Let's go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Go over to this video. We're gonna get banned for this comment.
No, we're not.
Yeah, whatever.
We're asking a valid question. Why did the bat suit
nobody
already have-
seems to be asking it.
I mean, it clearly in that trailer does.
It has tits.
And then she's complaining it's not made
like
for
it
a
needs
woman.
to fit a woman. Now, maybe down south it didn't really look all that womanly, but up top it already had tits.
Did Batman have man tits? I mean, is that maybe what's going on?
Why? Yeah, dude, this is a terrible film or a terrible show. I can tell you that already.
Paul, let's be honest, dude. You're gonna be watching this the night it comes out. Yeah, I've
Dude,
heard about
any
this.
of the fucking villains could do that.
I've heard about this fucking coming out for a while, and I had no idea it was gonna be this abysmal.
And why did they?
Everyone go thumbs up our comment.
And nobody's talking about like fucking how they've desexified Harley Quinn. Like, why is that? Why is Harley Quinn no longer like the way Harley Quinn has always been?
Why is Harley Quinn?
If that indeed
Oh,
is...
you don't like when characters change. I wouldn't even know
Why
if that
is that-
is Harley Quinn.
Yeah. The only thing that like led me to believe that this is Harley
She kind
Quinn...
of tried. I mean, she kind of seemed like she was going for it. But I'm not
Maybe.
I'm not really sure.
Like, can I give this Mad Hatter kind of look?
Yeah, I don't know.
it's terrible.
You guys just want to go watch the next trailer? Since we're already in
Sure, we
trailer
may
mode.
as well jump right in.
Now this one, I'm a little bit more scared to play the music for.
Oh, hell yeah!
Unfortunately, they chose the #1 song in America right now, Old Town Road, which
So
is pretty much guarantees us to get flagged.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of times it might just it might block us, but it might just
Let me tell you
monetize
guys
us.
something.
Well, we can-
I don't know.
we can give it a shot.
I just want this to be known before this trailer plays. If I hear any criticism out of either one of you guys, I'm gonna go Rambo on your ass.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
Fair warning.
I'm gonna go ahead and I think roll the dice and try to get away with playing it, but let's try to stop it often. And
Okay,
fair enough.
We'll do some comments.
And you know, if there's problems, I can cut it out and maybe
Yeah, we had
try to make
first
some
blood.
alterations
Now we're
or
getting
something.
fucking last blood.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Maybe if I sped it up a hair or something, like if I put it like 1.25.
I mean, it is an action.
speed.
I haven't. Have you guys seen the trailer already?
I've seen it.
Okay, I've
I'm
not
just
seen
gonna
it.
play it. Let's just do
Let's
it.
just fucking play it.
Oh, I watched it this morning.
Balboa
Balboa.
Productions.
Yeah,
All right, so this is how the last movie ended.
that's true.
With
Him
Rambo
running
going
to the
home
right
That was it.
Yeah.
to the farm.
to his
Arizona.
farm or something. See if my mom and dad are still alive.
I'm going back.
Lived in a world of death.
I was left here in the in a rocking chair.
I've watched people I've loved die. Some fast.
Too cheap to get him an actual funeral. Just fucking put some sticks together.
I've buried people in shallow graves.
The bullet. Some not enough left to bury.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
So there's Stallone.
I mean,
Now,
maybe.
we haven't seen a body shot
No.
yet, really. But I know last I saw him, he was looking good. But man, that face though.
Look, he's old.
Right, but
I'm not saying
it's
that
not
you-
the oldness that about his face.
What is it?
It's the
Plastic surgery?
plastic surgery that makes his eyebrows unable to.
I mean,
move.
yeah, like Arnold. I mean,
Get
Arnold,
out of here. He's never had any plastic
Arnold
surgery.
and Stallone are about the same age, and Arnold does not look this way. I mean, and they're both in pretty good shape too. So it's like the plastic surgery ruined his fucking
I think
face.
Stallone is in much better shape than Arnold at this point.
I
so.
don't know. Yeah, I think look, dude.
I mean, Arnold's looking good.
Some fucking.
I saw him. He took that drop kick.
That's
like
what
a
I'm
champ,
saying,
you
dude.
know?
I don't know, man.
I mean, he's also really in good shape.
You got to
for his
look
age,
at.
but-
We'll maybe compare them later, but
yeah.
All these years I've kept my secrets.
sharpen that
But
fucking
the
knife,
time
Rambo.
has come to face my past.
Haven't you
Yeah.
done that like 80 times? I don't
Shut
know.
up, TJ. It doesn't
All right.
matter. It's September. It's not January. So that's a good
And if
sign.
he comes looking for me, they will welcome.
Okay, so yeah, literally, if any of it's really dumb to form a circle around someone and all aim guns at him because that just means that literally everyone there is in the crossfire. So,
Right.
you know, like, what's the plan here? You know, get on one side of him, don't surround him. It doesn't make sense.
Pull this around.
Like, okay, they drew first blood like 40 years ago or something. I mean,
Oh
look
my
at it.
God, Stallone! What's going on?
Ride till I can't no more.
I mean, I'm confused about who his enemy is in this. Is
The
he
drug
fighting
cartels?
cartels?
I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah, Mexican cartels.
That death is coming.
Or like gun runners or some shit. I don't know what it is.
Who's that?
I can do to stop it.
Rambo, Last Blood.
Oh boy.
Get it? I was actually watching. I was looking at the title, and Paul was like, "Get it?" And I was like, I looked at him like, "Get it?" I'm just like, "Oh, ew, that's not good. I don't like that title at all." I mean, yeah, it's you know, whatever. I get it, but yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I think the movie looks pretty cool, though.
Whatever, it might be okay. Stallone has no
I mean,
fucking excuse to
I liked
be
the last
as
Rambo
active
movie.
as he is.
The one where he was in Burma and shit, killing
Yeah.
people.
That
It
was an awesome movie.
It was super bloody and violent. This one looks like it's going to be super bloody and violent. I think
what I hope.
What
Stallone.
the fuck do you want from a Rambo movie?
Right,
Fucking
Stallone still
Sunshine
has
and
that
Rainbows?
grit. What's with your Sunshine and Rainbows?
Hey, you want to? Hey,
You're you're quoting Rocky 6 with that.
Dude, what I'm fucking saying to you, TJ, is this: what do you want fucking him to do? Go around and give people flowers? Hey, drug cartel, you want a flower?
No, I want him to go around killing people.
Then
And that
stop
sounds like-
complaining.
I'm not. I wasn't
You are
complaining. I
complaining.
was just saying that's what it
All I
looks
want to
like.
hear is fucking effusive praise for this movie.
Let's see what people are saying about this one. Rambo, Logan, Home Alone, and Old Town Road. I'm intrigued.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Get the bodies in the back, AK on my lap. All right.
That's a quote from Old Town Road. You see what I mean?
I see. Taking the Logan route to say goodbye to an iconic character. Gotcha. Yeah, it does kind of seem Logan-y, I guess.
Hey, you don't know what
Swan
happens.
song for Rambo.
Hey, no one knows what happens, man.
Okay.
Right. And never say never on them making another one of these and when he's 80. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
never know.
I thought I was done,
Yeah.
but I'm still here sitting on the porch.
I think we're actually getting another Terminator movie soon too.
Yes.
So
That's
The
also
laser
true.
beasts are the new gang in town.
Yeah.
They're using the new psychotech.
Psychotech.
I've got to stop it.
I gotta love it.
I'm going to hobble my ass on down the road with my cane. Come on, man. This has got to be the end, right?
I don't know.
This is the end. Beautiful friend, the end.
I don't fucking know, dude. Until Stallone's in the is 6 feet under.
I
dude,
know.
Who knows?
You know when
not
it's
in
over.
the dirt at
I
the
mean,
end
look,
of this. You're right.
All you have to do for Stallone to work, you just have to look at him and say one thing: could this guy? Does he look like he can still kick the ever-loving shit out of me? And I
Yes.
think he clearly does.
Yes.
So,
Oh, dude, yeah,
therefore,
he
he's still credible as Rambo.
That's what I mean.
The
But,
day
like,
that you look at Stallone and like, look at this fucking hobbled old man. I ain't scared of him. Then it's over. But as
guess
long
so.
it doesn't matter what his age is, as long as he looks like he could kick the shit out of you, he could still be Rambo. Probably couldn't be Rocky again.
Why
but-
is he like, within 5 or 6 years of Bernie, and he looks like this, and Bernie looks,
Because Bernie
he
is-
looked like a wizened old goblin.
I don't think
running around.
Bernie is sitting around lifting fucking big weights and stuff all the time.
Well,
and-
Stallone was doing HGH. He was doing steroids. He did all those things.
He
I
didn't
mean,
live the kind of life I did.
Exactly.
I don't think Bernie's doing HGH.
All right, so believe it or not, a Chris Kattan story.
Vanilla!
Vanilla, no!
Lorne Michaels, no!
Chris Kattan alleges Lorne Michaels pressured him to have sex with Amy Heckerling to save Roxbury movie.
I mean, look at Chris Kattan. I mean, that's kind of a fair deal.
So Amy Heckerling...
Oh my God, wait a minute. Kattan makes the allegations in his new memoir, Baby Don't Hurt Me. His memoir is called Baby Don't Hurt Me, dude.
Oh, Chris, no! Why, dude?
I want to read this thing.
I
now,
understand that you ain't got much to draw from, but man, unfortunate.
Dude. What about Corky
name.
Romano? I
right.
was in that.
So Saturday Night Live alum Chris Kattan alleges Lorne Michaels pressured him to have sex with clueless filmmaker Amy Heckerling in order to keep her attached as director in the 1998 comedy film A Night at the Roxbury.
So wait, so was Lorne Michaels was like, God damn, we need to keep Amy Heckerling.
Listen,
We gotta, you know what? We got to ply her with Chris Kattan. Dick.
yeah.
That'll keep her around.
Maybe that's what she wanted. Maybe she went to Lorne Michaels like, look, I'll stay on the project, but I gotta fuck Chris Kattan.
Like,
what
I
do
don't
we
know,
have
dude.
to offer her?
Was there a point in time when Chris
Will Ferrell
Kattan
said no.
dick was like a highly sought after commodity?
Oh no, maybe.
Because apparently
Amy Heckerling just sitting
maybe
around
she
like,
had a
God,
thing-
if only I had a chance at that Chris Kattan.
Maybe she had a
cock."
fucking thing for him. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know though. This just kind of reeks of pay attention to me over here.
Got a
Vanilla.
memoir. Buy
He's
my
gotta
memoir.
he's got to try to trick someone into buying a copy of Baby Don't Hurt Me.
Hey,
dude.
Vanilla.
Kattan writes in the book that Heckerling made advances towards him in the early stages of development of the movie when she was attached as director. Kattan was 27 years old at the time and declined a physical encounter with Heckerling. Kattan says he got a call from SNL creator Lorne Michaels afterwards, informing him that Heckerling was considering dropping out of the project. Kattan writes that Michaels was furious and allegedly told him, Chris, I'm not going to say you have to fuck her, but it wouldn't hurt. I mean, so let me
Look
say
at
this.
Chris Kattan. You
Even
should have said yes. dude.
If Lorne Michaels said this, I don't care. Like if the allegation here is like he legitimately exerted pressure to make this happen, I think it was like, it kind of comes across as kind of an offhanded, like, God damn, I wish you'd just fuck her so she'd stick
Right.
around.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have trouble believing that there was anybody that was just clamoring for Chris Kattan cock.
Can you click on Amy Heckerling so we can take a look at?
Yeah, let's see what Amy Heckerling looks like.
So I want to find out what she's looking
Well,
like.
I want to see what she. I don't want to.
dude.
I want to see what she looked like in 1998.
I fucking love it, dude.
So let me see if I can. I'm gonna go in a separate window and try to find that.
And he actually did it too. That's the best part about it, dude.
Scroll up a little bit on this one so we can look at Kattan's dumb fucking face.
Yeah, I've seen a
I want the
couple.
comparison.
Did he go fuck her though?
He did.
Is this said that?
Kattan writes that
in
he
it-
gave in to Michael's request and
Yeah,
had
sex-
sex on a couch in her office.
The actor maintains the sex was consensual, but he says he was very afraid
He
of the
fucking-
power she and Lorne wielded over my career. All right, so he was Me Too'd basically, I
Right.
guess.
This is his Me Too
Because he's
moment.
scared of the power dynamic, and I can't. I mean, maybe it was there. I don't know. I don't know what the
I don't
situation
know
was.
either.
So Amy Heckerling, 1998 is what I want. Let's see. Amy Heckerling. She kind of looks like Tim Burton if Tim Burton was a woman. I think this is a modern picture of her. I don't know.
Well, that's good because we're looking at a more modern Catan.
So
here.
she basically looks like the female Tim Burton to me.
Oh yeah. Well, see, they'd make a cute couple. They were right to pressure him into sex with her.
I mean, come on.
I'm trying to figure out what she looked like
Back in
the 1998. It's basically the same. It looks like this is her on Charlie Rose, and she basically just her hair's a little frizzier. That's about it.
Sure.
So I mean, like, not a fucking hideously unattractive woman, but obviously probably not something you're putting up on your fucking wall.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
But
to get a
you're
movie
Chris
made.
Kattan, so
Dude, if Chris Kattan is told he has to have sex with, I mean, like, she's not a stunning woman, but just like a normal looking woman to get the project done.
You gotta fuck.
He better get his fucking dick hard and go fuck her on that fucking casting couch.
Just close your eyes and pretend it's Tim Burton, dude.
Yeah,
it's the way things work.
Put on
in
the
Hollywood,
fucking Danny
dude.
Elfman soundtrack. And just fucking plow that bitch.
she just has a thing for short, unfunny, untalented comedians.
All right, so an SNL spokesperson denied Catan's claims to Page 6, saying this did not happen. The rep told IndieWire Catan's book was published without any fact-checking. IndieWire was has also reached to reps for Heckerling and Catan. John Fortenberry ended up directing the movie. But Heckerling served as producer alongside Michaels. Catan's book, Baby Don't Hurt Me, also features stories about his opioid addiction and a life-threatening neck injury he endured during an SNL sketch. Was it a Mungo sketch?
You can't have the mango slip crack.
Mango.
Oh, no, I broke
Sorry.
my neck.
I said Mongo. I meant mango, I guess.
Mango, dude.
I don't remember. The book is now available for purchase. I'm sure it is. So, yeah, this does sound like an attempt to sell a book of someone who no one really cares about at this
Well,
point.
TJ, shopping for your Christmas present just got a little bit easier.
Yeah, I guess it did. I guess
Look at
it
me.
did.
I'm still here. Chris Kattan.
I'm still alive.
Me,
I'm
hey, guys.
Chris
Hey, guys, me too over here.
Kattan.
Me too.
Remember
Hold
me?
on. Yeah, that's what he's basically saying. Hey,
Me
guys,
too.
me too.
Me too, guys.
yeah.
Hashtag me too.
No one cares.
Hold on. I want to see what the sales rank of his book is on Amazon.
Probably one or two.
Yeah, it's probably the number one book on Amazon. I'm just going to type Baby Don't Hurt Me and see if it's even the first result.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Baby Don't Hurt Me. Yeah, okay. So let's see. I know it shows ratings on here
Number one, number two, maybe number three?
Okay. Number 22 in celebrity and popular culture humor books.
All right, cool.
Number 72 in rich and famous biographies, and number 93 in actor and entertainer biographies. So, I mean, some people are buying it.
Yeah, 93.
People are looking. There's people
And
out
it's
there that
number-
are wondering what Chris Kattan's up
It's
to.
number 4,886 in books overall.
Hey,
So,
hey, he's on the board.
yeah, I mean, you posted a score on the board. 11 people bothered to review it, so that's
A lot of
good.
people want to read about this Lorne
what are the
Michaels shit.
reviews?
I'm suspecting.
Positive, negative?
Yeah, they're positive. I mean, if you buy a book about Chris Kattan, I'm going to assume that for some reason
You wanna know.
you're a Chris Ka fan. So
Right, you're looking for Chris Kattan, and then
you're like, finally, more Chris Kattan content.
I've had this boner since Mango.
Man on fire. Signs he was hallucinating on drugs. Cops believe. Yeah, I mean, sounds right. So yeah, this dude lit himself on fire in front of the White House. I kind of covered it a little bit in my little thing I did, but I didn't really talk much about it. And since then, there have been updates. So let's take a look at this.
He's dead.
Yeah, he died. He died.
Well, that's what liberals get.
They didn't have this close up of a video the other day when I was looking at this either.
Dude, what the fuck? That's not a stunt.
Dude is
Dude,
just like
that's not a
literally
fucking stunt.
walking
This guy's
around
killing
on fire.
He's burned himself alive. What the fuck?
The fuck?
This is what
No,
liberal
he doesn't.
America wants to do to our country.
Fucking get your head out of your ass. It's like, I don't understand why you guys want to be like this is like the stupidest thing. Why are you being get back? He's on fire. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Dude, that's crazy.
Shit. I don't know. 5-0.
That's some crazy shit, dude. All right, so 8:05, D.C. law enforcement sources tell TMZ cops believe Gupta was high on a drug called K2, which was laced with PCP.
Jesus.
Yeah, the second I saw this guy, I was like PCP. I never heard of no K2. Apparently, K2 is a synthetic THC composed entirely of chemicals, which is banned in the U.S. There have been widespread incidents of people getting violent and delusional on K2.
You don't say.
So this guy basically took a cocktail of crazy shit that's going to make you feel like you're totally disassociated, which is why he can be on fire and just casually strolling along like, man, I'm on fire. This is nuts,
Yeah,
huh?
it feels like it's hot outside.
So he died from his injuries Wednesday night in the hospital. Authorities identified him as Arnav Gupta of Bethesda. He was 33 years old. His family had reported him missing on Wednesday morning. It's unclear if Gupta had any specific motive. However, cops in Maryland had said in a media release early Wednesday prior to his self-immolation that they were concerned for Gupta's physical and emotional welfare.
That's crazy.
I
thought there was going to be some, like, when this first broke, I thought there was going to be some, like, political angle to this. Like, he was, like, some kind of,
yeah, like he was the
monk.
The monk that self-immolated.
Right.
But it sounds like, no, he was just some crazy druggie.
Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
That lit himself on fire for some reason.
Fucking like hallucinogenic drugs, dude. They fucking do shit like this. Like I know the story about this dude that fucking he was actually moved to Poland to become a dentist, and he fucking took a bunch of these synthetic drugs in Poland, and he basically like was found dead outside of his fucking apartment window. And a bunch of people thought, oh, he was thrown out of his window. It was some racist attack in Poland because they're super racist there. But actually, what it was is they found out with the toxicology reports, he took some drugs like this, and he jumped out the window. So these drugs make you do fucking insane shit, dude.
Yeah, I kind of wonder, like, it's pretty hard to set yourself that on fire.
And to walk like that. Like, most people be like, ah!
But I mean, like, it's hard to get a fire going on your body that's that fucking, like, you know, he would have to fucking...
that package that he had next to him was probably gasoline or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this dude literally doused himself in gas, and so maybe it was some kind of political statement, and he just took the drugs to numb the fucking, you know, like...
Who knows?
He might have started off like, I'm going to get high on these drugs, and then I'm going to light myself on fire.
I'm going to fucking walk on fire into the White House.
Or maybe this guy just wanted to go out like a boss, and he's just like, I'm going to be the fire guy.
Well, he's dead, so there's no way to know.
I don't know. But
maybe they'll find a manifesto or some shit.
Barring that, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's right there with the Vegas shooters manifesto.
Nah, he was just high on K2.
It was just crazy. Just crazy. U.S. universities and retirees are funding the technology behind China's surveillance state.
This is kind of a crazy story.
Millions of dollars from U.S. university endowments, foundations, and retirement plans have helped fund $2 billion Chinese facial recognition startups, SenseTime and Megvii. The Chinese government is using their technology to surveil and profile its own citizens. Sounds about right.
Whoa.
So
I'm glad that won't be used worldwide either.
Here's a bunch of...
just in China, of course.
Chinese cameras poking out of an American $100 bill. Hong Kong, Princeton University, and the U.S.'s largest public pension plan are among a number of stateside organizations funding technology behind the Chinese government's unprecedented surveillance of some 11 million people of Muslim ethnic minorities. Since 2017, Chinese authorities have detained more than 1 million Uyghur Muslims and other ethnic minorities in political re-education camps in the country's northwest region of Xinjiang, identifying them in part with facial recognition software created by two companies, SenseTime, based in Hong Kong, and Beijing's Megvii. You know, all you got to do is paint your face up like a juggalo.
Yeah.
The facial shit, for some reason, Juggalo face paint totally thwarts it. It, like, fucks up its
Dude, maybe the
algorithms or
Juggalos
whatever.
are from the fucking future to save us, dude.
A BuzzFeed News investigation has found that U.S. universities, private foundations, and retirement funds entrusted their money to investors that, in turn, plowed hundreds of millions of dollars into these two startups over the last 3 years. Using that capital, SenseTime and Megvii have grown into billion-dollar industry leaders, partnering with government agencies and other private companies to develop tools for the Communist Party's social control of its citizens.
Just kind of an interesting look at the dystopian future coming soon to a United States near you?
What?
What do you mean coming soon?
Oh.
Well, I know they're already using stuff like this, but we're talking about the mass surveillance that's going on in China right now is unprecedented. It's over the top. I mean,
yeah.
They're using things.
I mean, social
here,
scores
but-
assigned to
I mean, you go to the
citizens and
UK. I mean, like
everything
when I was in the UK, that was a thing that you definitely feel like you're under like an ant under a magnifying glass because there's just cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere you go, you're always on camera.
else. Big Brother's watching you, TJ.
Yeah, he's always watching, always looking. You know, but I can understand why in the UK because that just seemed like a serial killer's paradise. It really did. But like the parts of it I was walking through, or at least London did. I'm talking about London specifically, I guess. But like the parts of London that we were walking in, it just seemed like at any time you could just be snatched into a fucking real fucking small alleyway,
TJ.
and no one would notice, no one would care.
What have we got here? A fat little American, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Got a fat wallet on you, do you? Think I'll open up your guts and see what they look like on the inside, I will.
Jack the Ripper,
And
dude.
yet nothing happened to TJ there.
I mean, I wasn't really worried about it. I'm just saying.
Well, you were assaulted there.
Yeah, that's true. But that was that was just like some drunken antics bullshit. That really wasn't that wasn't like someone just came out of nowhere.
Oi!
That was me being drunk and being like, yo, fuck you, British bald faggot. And then
No, dude, you know what? You pissed him off because you weren't just like, you're a fucking piece of shit. You were like, bald is beautiful.
and then he attacked me.
He's like, fuck, what? He's like, what you say?
What
What did you say?
What you
Hey,
said?
come here, what you say?
Pardon me, what? Excuse me, sir. What?
Yeah, and he grabbed me by the throat, and I was just like, I kept like moving.
He was laughing, dude.
I was laughing, and I kept moving his hand off my throat, like, stop.
It was funny. Like, there's one of our fans was with us, and he was kind of grabbing him. Then finally, I put like my hand. I'm like, hey, dude, because I was about just to beat the shit out of this dude. And then it finally was like, just walk the other way, and we're like, all right, we'll walk the other way.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. That was a good time. So anyway, video: Hillary blisters Trump during commencement address as grad students zone out, yawn.
Well, she is kind of a beetle, so a blister beetle Hillary does make sense.
Hold on, let me go ahead.
There may not be tanks in our
Shut up,
streets,
Hillary.
but make
Shut
no
up, Hillary. I'm gonna put her on the video screen.
Oh,
so
whatever,
we can
Hillary.
see.
You put tanks in the streets in a heartbeat.
We can
if you
see
were
the.
fucking
Oh my
president.
God! Look at this bitch over here. Hold on, I found the perfect fucking thing.
This
look
what,
at
TJ?
Look at this. Oh, you can't see. Let me. Fuck. I wish I.
Just look at all of them. They all
Yeah,
look
but there's-
bored.
Look at the girl.
They all look drunk, dude.
Look at the girl on the right hand side, sitting next to the Asian dude and the black chick. She's literally rolling her eyes up in her head, like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, Hillary's here. Are you
There's a couple of
serious?
people that look like they're in mid eye roll here.
Because it's Hillary, dude. Imagine, like.
Hey guys, this is just a freeze
This is
frame.
the biggest day of your life, and you got to listen to fucking Hillary
Yeah,
Clinton.
this is what Hillary Clinton is reduced to now: captive audiences, people that can't leave because
Yeah.
they're there to watch their loved one graduate.
All right, Hillary. Okay.
I'm Hillary.
It's Hillary time.
It's me. You have to listen to me now.
It's me, Hillary. Okay, well, let's listen to her. All right, so everyone just pay attention to the background as Hillary lays into her bullshit. Background.
There may not be tanks in our streets, but make no mistake, we are witnessing an assault on the rule of law and the foundations of our democracy. Just today, before this graduation ceremony started, we heard from the
Wow.
I'm just loving these reactions, dude.
Like, bitch,
The,
please.
or the lack thereof.
Did you see the look at the black girl to her right just as she says that? Watch this.
We heard from the special counsel, Robert Mueller, who said there were multiple systemic efforts to interfere in our election.
I'm still
and that
bitter that I
allegation
lost.
deserves the attention of every American.
Nobody
But what
care-
we've
like,
seen
these people
from the
don't care.
administration is the complete refusal to condemn a foreign power who attacked our democracy or to take even the most basic steps to protect
These
our
people,
own
These people are there to see their fucking kids graduate college.
Yeah.
They're not there to listen to you make a political point. could like go away.
Yeah, just go the fuck
Dude, I've seen so many of
away.
these speeches by famous people, and it's usually like, your whole life is ahead of you. It's a big step for you guys. You've worked hard. Now it's time to really go out in the world and make your mark.
Can you ever just crawl back into whatever hideous crag you fucking crawled out of,
and
please?
Instead of Hillary going, Donald Trump still sucks. I told you he
systems for the
sucks.
Future, despite the fact that all of the professionals who study this say more attacks are coming. And it's so clear that there is a real challenge to get to the root of that problem. In fact, it seems clear. It seems absolutely clear that we've got to deal with what has been investigated and reported.
I think that I actually think there's a screen up there that they're looking at.
Nah, dude, they're rolling their eyes.
But yeah, it's more fun to think.
I want to believe they're all just rolling
And
their
it
eyes.
can be tempting to read the news and throw.
Oh my god, dude! Whatever.
No, dude. Everyone there is fidgeting. They're looking like,
They continue to just look bored out of their fucking minds by this totally empty speech that Hillary Clinton probably made fucking $500,000 on.
God,
or some
Hillary
ridiculous
Clinton giving an
speaking fee.
anti-corruption speech at your college has got to be the worst fucking commencement ever.
Yeah, it's like I don't even want to graduate at this point, you know.
No
Your
time for
hands up.
apathy, time for action.
I mean, I can't even I'm not even listening to what she said. I'm just looking at these reactions.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, Trump is
Not
bad.
only the wrongdoers, but the others who fail to act. Most of them know what needs to be done. They
Okay, yeah.
Blah, blah,
I know it
blah.
needs to be done. You need
Yeah,
to go
Hillary,
away.
that's great. You still lost. Go away.
Oh my god, dude. Why does George Carlin have to die of a heart attack, but this fucking John Bolton fuck is still haunting the halls of power? Can we get a heart attack over there?
I don't know. All right, so we're gonna try to figure out a mystery here.
All right.
This mystery is MTV reveals first sexually fluid reality dating show.
Okay.
So the question is, what the fuck does sexually fluid mean?
I do not know. I honestly don't
We're
know.
not hipping with it. We don't
The
really
first
get this
sexually
stuff.
fluid cast. Okay, I don't know. All right, so what is?
I mean, I know that you exchange bodily fluids when you fuck.
MTV on Thursday announced the first sexually fluid cast for the upcoming.
So they're going to be
8th
nutting
season.
all over each other, like exchanging
guess.
sexual fluids?
Are they just like bi? Is that what it means? Like
That's kind of what I think. Well, go back up.
Uh-huh.
Looking at the picture, it looks like there's a trans or a possible or a cross dress. I don't even know what to say. What's the proper? You see in the middle there.
Yeah.
So possibly
Right.
a trans woman.
It
So
says
maybe it
a
means it's
person
trans
who
inclusive.
experiences fluid sexuality will experience changes in their sexual orientation, whether over lifetime, years, months, or sometimes weeks or days at a time.
So this is a show about people who are sexually fluid, which is something that takes place over. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What?
I don't know.
So like,
They might be like, I want to
The
fuck
angle is
a
a
woman
dude-
today.
I think it just means that these are a bunch of sex
all
maniacs
gonna
and
fuck.
anybody could fuck anybody on this show.
got it.
yes.
I'm pretty sure that's all it means.
So
the
it's,
way
all
it's a
deserve to
bisexual
fuck.
cast.
right. It's just like here's a bunch of attractive people and anybody could fuck anybody.
No, TJ, they're sexually fluid.
Girls fuck girls, boys fuck boys.
No.
Girls fuck boys, trans fuck non-trans and cis
No,
or whatever.
TJ, no.
What, no?
That's not how it works, TJ.
How's
They're
it work?
changing their sexual orientation. They could be gay at that day.
I don't think that
And
that's
the next day, they could be straight.
I don't think that's how
And the
MTV
next day they
is
could be
using
bi.
it. I think MTV is just saying that they're a bunch of sex maniacs and everyone's
That's
going to
not
fuck
what-
everyone.
No, that's not what they're saying.
How many different sex combinations could there be in this equation? Who knows?
Find out by watching this new reality television
It's
show.
not actually a new one. It's the 8th season of an old one
Oh, well, a new one with a twist.
called "Are You the One?" which I've never heard of it, but
No.
you know, maybe this is an attempt to get it back on the radar.
Dude,
or
if the
something.
last episode of this show isn't all of them fucking in a giant
I want this
orgy,
to end basically the same way society ends.
Right.
You know, I want it to be the ending of society. That'd be the best thing to do. JP Morgan agrees to biggest ever settlement in anti-dad bias case.
Damn.
What?
Men don't have issues, though.
JP Morgan Chase and Company has agreed to pay $5 million to resolve a discrimination claim filed by a male employee who alleges the bank's parental leave policy was biased against dads. The payout resolves a 2017 complaint brought on by the American Civil Liberties Union alleging bias against Derek Rotondo, who had applied unsuccessfully for the 16-week parental leave benefits available to employees who are the primary caregiver of a new kid. J.P. Morgan doesn't admit liability in the settlement. In the biggest record settlement in a U.S. parental leave discrimination case, according to Rotondo's attorney, and the most high-profile warning to companies with policies that are gender-neutral on paper but not in practice. Parents need to be treated with equality, said Rotondo, who investigates financial crimes for the bank. There can't be an assumption that just because someone is a new mom, she's going to be doing all the work, and that dads just need to be quiet and get back in the office. Okay, that's cool. So this is actually a positive story.
Yeah, it's kind of a,
This is actually...
Yeah, he wanted to take time off in line with Chase's policy, and they're like, you're a dad. You don't need to do that.
So
Denied.
So basically, yeah, so the policy was gender neutral on paper, but not in practice.
think about
this dude called him on their bullshit,
so
and he gets $5 million bucks. Cool.
Well, I mean, his lawyer's going to take a big cut of it or whatever,
Sure.
right? I mean...
Well, he ends up with $2 million or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
he
but
gets,
still, I mean, like... It would have been his regular salary. So let's say he makes 60, 70 grand a year. So there's been four months of pay.
Right.
And he would have went on with his life and kept his job and kept doing a good job. I'm sure that's why they hired him.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Anyone have anything else to say about it?
But what I like to say is that's why we just deserve to have laws like that in the country that are just on the books to begin with, where people don't have to fight with companies like this. Because it doesn't make sense. If dads deserve time off, the mom deserves time off. It makes sense.
I'm wondering if this is going to creep into family settlements as well. This whole idea of an anti-dad bias, because if you want to know where the greatest anti-dad bias exists, it's a family court.
Yes, that's true. Teenager burned to death. Possible death penalty for all 16 charged. I thought that was kind of fascinating. This is in Bangladesh.
Did we cover the story?
Did we?
I believe we did.
We did.
We'd already covered it? Okay.
Yep.
I don't remember doing that.
I know we didn't cover this. This is a new development.
Oh, is it a new?
Yeah,
what is it?
we covered.
We covered the burning.
The burning.
Right. But we didn't cover the 16 people who have been charged.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. So 16 people have been charged in Bangladesh over the horrific murder of a teenager burned to death after reporting sexual harassment. So yeah, we did. She was burned on the roof of the school because she
Right.
made that accusation against the headmaster or whatever.
Who, very clearly probably
and then
was.
she was lured
sexually
up
assaulting
onto the roof and murdered by a mob of people.
women.
Yes. She died in hospital 5 days after the April 6th attack, with her death sparking mass protests in Bangladesh. Police described the preparations for the killing as being like a military plan, with the accused attempting to make it look like a suicide. Their plan came undone when Miss Rafi, who suffered burns to 80% of her body, was able to give a statement before she died on April 10th. Headmaster Siraj Ud Dullah is among those charged, with police alleging he ordered her murder from prison after she refused to withdraw her accusations against him. The head of the Police Bureau of Investigation said prosecutors would seek the death penalty for all 16 men and women arrested in connection with her murder. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't think of I mean, I'm sure it's happened before in history and all that, but I can't think of any other case I've heard of where that many people are
Charged with murder.
being charged with murder, with the strength of a death penalty.
Right.
Usually, when there's a big conspiracy like this, maybe you give the figureheads, the people.
Yeah,
who
like the
headed up
headmaster
the
would be
death
on
penalty.
trial for murder, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
But usually, you don't see, at least not in the U.S., 16 people.
Knowing the way these societies go, they're most likely going to be convicted.
We will be submitting the charge sheet on Wednesday, and this group of people obviously is a bunch of pieces of shit. I mean, if you conspire to burn a woman to death because she won't fucking drop sexual assault allegations against somebody, that's you're pretty far off the rails at that point. Women's rights organization Bangladesh Mahila Parishad said more needed to be done to ensure the safety of women after a study conducted by the group of 950 women who were raped in the country last year. A study conducted by the group found that about 950 women were raped in Bangladesh last year. Well, you just said that.
Yeah.
Justice has to be
robot
article.
Yep.
Justice has to be ensured, a spokeswoman said. Not sure that the Nusrat case is taken.
Yeah. Well, also,
care of,
I highly doubt only 950 women were raped in Bangladesh last year as well.
We need to do a lot more to make the situation better for Bangladeshi women. I mean, that seems reasonable. I don't know what women.
I mean, I'm not
are
someone that
doing in
endorses
Bangladesh, but I'm pretty sure that
what they do is reprehensile responsible, but I'm also not someone who endorses the death penalty.
Right, and
So-
I don't think it's gonna stop shit. Like
I mean,
this
it's a
from
strong
happening.
authoritarian move to like send a message like stop
Sure,
doing this.
I 100%.
But I don't think that's going to really do much. Like we've seen in the U.S., it doesn't really work as a
No.
deterrent.
It doesn't.
So, unfortunately, people are still going to do this kind of shit. I think you have to fundamentally change people's morality. And
I mean,
way
the
that
culture of those societies has to change.
Right.
So.
You can't just, we're going to kill anyone who does this, because people don't fucking think about the consequences of their actions.
Not
when they
people
do
that
it.
do shit like this.
No. You know, people who are going to burn someone to death are probably not going to be stayed by like, well, what if we get caught and then we get killed? You know, they're not even thinking about that
I mean,
shit.
they took that chance, and her story was just a lightning rod, and that's why they're facing justice, because most times shit like this has probably happened before, and nothing's happened to the people that did it.
Yeah. Deadly Japan heat wave essentially impossible without global warming. I didn't know about this. Did you guys know about this fucking 2018 heat wave in Japan?
No.
No, I
It
did
was
not know that.
last year, obviously. So, but it's pretty interesting because they just published a report on it. This heat wave in 2018 killed 1,032 people.
Whoa.
What?
So it was a pretty dramatic heat wave. I mean, that's crazy.
I heard nothing about
It
this.
saw temperatures reach 41.1 degrees Celsius.
Oh, dude.
Which I know that we need this. This is 105.9. It's basically 106 degrees
But
Fahrenheit.
places that they're not used to that kind of temperatures, like they don't have air conditioning and shit to deal with that.
Right. Yeah, that's insane. It gets that hot where I'm from. You'll see like triple-digit days, multiple days in a row.
sure.
But everybody where I'm from has fucking ridiculous AC.
And they're inside at that point.
And they're
too,
inside and their pools.
Yes.
And,
Torrential rains also triggered landslides and the worst flooding in decades. Penned by the Meteorological Society of Japan, the study is the first to establish that some aspects of the international heat wave could not have occurred in the absence of global warming. Scientists reached this conclusion by employing a technique known as event attribution. The relatively new method, led by author Yukiko Imada, told Climate Home News, sought to pin down the causality of climate change in the heat wave by simulating 18 climate scenarios with and without the current 1C global warming above pre-industrial levels. They found a 1 in 5 chance of the heat wave occurring in the current climate, but almost no chance of in a climate unchanged by human activity.
So basically, wow.
So basically, they ran a bunch of different climate simulation models. They ran it with pre-industrial models and post-industrial models,
And found
that this pretty much could only happen under the conditions of climate change and the 1 degree Celsius temperature raise that humanity has inflicted on the
it's going to be
planet.
crazy. The next 100 years humanity is going to face, if we don't seriously wake up, which we're probably not going to. I mean, it shit like people, and I didn't even realize this till recently. It's like if the temperature rises enough, these clouds called stratocumulus clouds will disappear about 150 years, and when that happens, the temperatures on this planet will rise about 8 degrees Celsius over what it's already on top of what's already happened. Let's say 4 or 5 degrees Celsius.
Right.
I mean, it's just going to be insane.
So I mean, like the planet's fucked.
It's basically it's called a hothouse Earth.
Right.
And that's what we're going to have. And
So basically, it's like
just-
Venus 2. You know.
Close.
Getting to the point of like, okay, we're just like, it's totally fucked now. I mean, like, the other thing is like, some of this, like, it's crazy how everything's conspiring against us at this point, because the sea ice that reflects a bunch of the heat back is all melting.
Right.
So the heat's melting the ice, and the absence of ice is going to create yet more heat.
Yes.
The heat is getting rid of the, what would you say, cumulonimbus? Or cumulostratus? Cumulostratus clouds, those go away. So that also raises the temperature.
the cloud cover that the shade they
and
provide.
then who knows what
does.
other thing that does. So I mean, like, you know, the climate's just fucked. The only fucking possible salvation at this point is if we just come up with some kind of crazy
Come on,
technological
AI
solutions.
God, to save us.
Yeah, I mean, like, unless the AI gods smile upon us.
That's why I advocate
and decide
for
to
it.
solve all of our problems that we can't solve ourselves.
Maybe
That's about our only hope.
Maybe it's
That's
time.
the literal best case scenario is AI overlord that actually can fix
I'll
these
tell you
things.
what. I hope we just get Cthulhu Awakens. He just destroys the Earth, And then he just
Maybe
goes back
this is
to
how
sleep.
he
This
awakens.
this is Cthulhu.
Yeah, maybe
we don't even need Cthulhu. We're
No,
our
I'm saying,
own Cthulhu.
Maybe
no,
he
I'm
likes
saying I think at
cooked
this
meat.
point that Cthulhu would be the merciful death we don't really deserve, but the elder gods, are being smiled upon us from their cosmic void and go, you know what? We'll just put you out of your misery.
Hey, maybe this. You know what? Now that I think about it, maybe this guy was just ahead of the curb.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Like maybe he was just like he's just trying to get out ahead of it.
Well, this is what it's going to be like to walk around on the planet in 10 years straight. Holy shit.
I think I can handle it. I think I can. Okay,
I'm
no,
all
I'm
right.
dying. I'm dying.
I'm dead.
I'm
Oh,
definitely
shit.
dead.
This is a great story. White House asked. Shut up. White House asked for USS John McCain to be out of sight during Trump's visit to Japan.
How petty, dude.
Listen to this.
Asked the U.S. Navy to make sure a warship named for late Senator John McCain would be out of sight ahead of President Trump's visit to Japan over the weekend, according to an email obtained by the Wall Street Journal. The email, dated May 15th, included an outline of plans for the president's arrival, including instructions for the ship. The email reportedly read, USS John McCain needs to be out of sight. Please confirm number 3 will be satisfied.
So basically, that doesn't even sound like it's coming directly from Trump. That sounds like it's coming from Trump handlers who don't want Trump to lose his shit if he sees the USS John McCain.
Or it's coming from Trump through them. Like, I don't want to see that ship. Make sure that ship ain't there.
I like to believe that he's... I mean, because I don't even think that he has an awareness of that ship or it being in Japan or any of that shit.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
I feel like his handlers are like, oh...
They don't want Trump to look at the ship
if
like...
he sees that ship, we're going to have to hear about it all
what
fucking
ship is
day.
that? Oh, it's the John McCain. Oh, what?
It's outrageous there should be a ship named after that traitor.
Do you know what it was, dude? It's because Trump didn't want to be like, look, we have the most big, beautiful ships here. And they're like, this ship, what's the name of the ship? The USS John McCain. Said, oh, it's a terrible ship.
It's a flea bag.
Terrible ship.
Decommission immediately.
Scuttle it.
It's appropriate that it's full of semen, just like John McCain probably was.
Turn it into a reef somewhere.
So yeah, I don't know.
As Trump said,
I thought this was
you're
good for
probably
a chuckle.
right, honestly.
he doesn't like people that get caught, dude.
But
Next
who knows?
winners.
It could be Trump himself being like, no. Either way, it's incredibly petty.
Well, not to mention Trump still attacking John McCain when he's already dead is petty. It's like, come on, dude, he's
Think
dead.
about that. Which one is worse? Is it worse if Trump was like, get that ship out of here? Or is it worse that Trump has people around him that know that ship being there would set him off?
I think it's just equally bad.
Yeah, I guess you're
I don't
right.
think there's a positive spin on this story. Man sues after his face is mauled by emotional support dog on Delta Airlines flight.
They should put emotional support dog in quotes for this fucking dog, dude.
Emotional support.
So how
dog.
long is it until they crack down on this shit?
They
already have.
It's already starting.
Because of this, actually.
Right.
A man who was allegedly attacked by emotional support dog on Delta Airlines flight has filed a lawsuit against the airline and the owner of the animal. Marlon Jackson has accused both Delta and Ronald Kevin Mundy Jr., a U.S. veteran, of negligence after he was attacked while the flight was boarding in June 2017. Mr. Jackson was seated in a window seat while the dog was next to him on the veteran's lap, according to the lawsuit. The dog then attacked Mr. Jackson, leaving his face permanently scarred. According to the complaint, Mr. Jackson bled so profusely that the entire row of seats had to be removed from the plane. The attack was briefly interrupted when the animal was pulled away from Mr. Jackson. However, the animal broke free and again mauled Mr. Jackson's face. The lawsuit continued. The lawsuit also said Delta didn't verify the dog was trained or had met the requirements of a service animal. A police report stated the Marine Corps veteran's dog was a chocolate lab pointer mix. Airlines later made changes to policies for emotional support animals following the attack, which drew national headlines in 2017.
Well, here's the problem with these things. Like, a service animal is different than an emotional support dog. That's number one. Number two is that it's actually against the law I'm pretty sure to actually ask what the disability is of the person. You can't just go and say, oh, that's bullshit. You can't. So it's like the rules are stacked. So people have basically exploited rules that are in place to help people with legitimate needs. Like,
there just needs to be rigorous testing for like
and there's not.
Of the dog for, like
that's
temperament and training and
emotional
obvious.
support animals don't have to have that training though. That's the fucking loophole.
Well, that needs
service
to be.
Animals do. That's why a service animal would never do this. A well-trained service animal would not do this unless
they're
that person
socialized.
unless they're attacking their owner. That'd be about it.
Mr. Jackson has continued to endure severe physical pain and suffering, according to the lawsuit, amid substantial medical bills and an apparent loss of income and earning potential. The lawsuit goes on to note that Mr. Jackson's entire lifestyle has been severely impacted by this attack. Mr. Jackson was reportedly traveling from Atlanta to San Diego when the attack occurred.
He's going to get a big payday on this one.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this dog should never have been on board the flight.
The fact that he's able to sue the
I
airline...
disagree because I think you should just be able to take dogs on flights, but...
No, you shouldn't. This is exactly why.
Yeah, TJ, that's insane.
I don't
why do you think... Well, here's the thing.
You don't think so?
No.
The dog is put into a confined space, and these dogs have to be trained for fucking years, dude, to be able to do that and handle it. Now, look, there's some dogs where it's like...
Now, I heard... Well, the reason I think is because I've talked to someone... I was mentioning how when we put our animals through on the flight, on the underside or whatever...
it's horrible.
Nova... was practically like, you could just tell, like, she was on fucking death's door. She was, like, freezing ass cold, basically, like, gone into, like, a hibernation state. And, the dogs were clearly miserable. And I talked to someone who actually works for the airlines, is like, never fucking put your dog through that shit. Just get an emotional support thing and bring them on the fucking plane. Because it's just, it's inhumane conditions under there.
Right.
So that's why I think they should just be allowed on the plane. And, if your dog is going to maul somebody, then, put it, I don't know, get it a muzzle or something.
I mean,
I guess.
I think the solution would be,
or at least let them bring the cages in the cabin, which is climate controlled.
Well,
and shit.
just get like maybe a back section of the plane or something. You can have X number of animals. Or
Right,
something.
but they don't want to do that because they could just charge you for it like they do everything else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just charge people
just
more
have
money.
kennels in the back. You can have them behind a soundproof fucking door or something, so their barks and shit don't. Not that the airlines really give a shit because they let screaming babies on all the fucking time. Whatever.
Here's my fucking solution to all of this. The airline industry is woefully under-equipped for a population of as diverse as ours, with the diverse needs as ours do, to have comfortable ways for people to fly. So I advocate for a number of different kinds of airlines operating simultaneously throughout the United States. A kinder airline where if you've got a child under the age of, let's say, fucking 15 or whatever the fuck, you have to fly that airline, and it's everybody else gets to be with all the kids and shit. So if you got kids, you get on an airline with a bunch of other kids.
So you got to get on that horrible nightmare flight.
Oh, damn.
If you got pets, we could have like a Bowser Air or whatever the fuck. Where if you want to live in this fucking weird jungle of people's overly aggressive dogs and your dog all mixed together on the goddamn plane, then go fly on it.
I think it would...
And then a normal air for like just everybody else.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And there should also
not bringing a pet,
not a fat airline.
Not bringing a child. Oh yeah.
Fuck yes, dude.
Tubbo Air. Hell yeah, dude. I'm down for that.
For people who don't quite fit in the seat, you gotta fly Tubbo Air, dude.
Yeah.
Bigger seats then.
It's like a cargo plane they put you in.
Yeah, I don't know if this is actually feasible, but
It's
it would
feasible.
be better.
No, it's totally feasible. It's just very, very unlikely. You know what I mean? But it's feasible. We could do it.
I mean, I don't. The problem is, I don't know how you do it in low population areas where I don't think there'd be enough demand for that sort of like differentiation in flights. But maybe I don't know.
Well, also, I mean, another point would be just high-speed rail, giving people different options.
Right, because
to
if you
travel.
had that, then everyone could. If you had a dog, it'd just be like, oh, well, you got to get your own compartment, and it has to be in there. And then you could just do that.
Just create another one that's called Emergence Air or some shit, where it's like, if you're out there and you got a kid or whatever, and you've got, a death in the family and you got to fly, there's always an emergence airplane at every airport. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know if this level of customization is possible.
It's possible.
It sounds cool.
It's possible.
It's
I'm telling you, it's fucking possible.
It's possible. Paul's done the research.
I've done the research. I've looked into the ins and outs of this, and I'm telling you, it could be pulled off.
All right, well, let's do it. It kind of reminds me of Penn Jillette. I used to listen to his radio show back in the day, and he wanted to do something called like Bacon and a Kiss Airlines, and basically to screen out Muslim radicals, you just had to eat a piece of bacon and give a kiss to someone of the same gender to prove that you're not a fucking terrorist.
Oh, I see.
And then you just get on the plane, and there's no other security, so that's it. I don't know if that would work because I think Muslims are allowed to drink alcohol and do stuff like that if it helps them like blend in.
Yeah, deceive the non-believers.
If they weren't, they would be very unsuccessful.
Yes, because Anyway, disabled girl who inspired and rallied internet to her defense dies at 10. Now, Paul, you remember this, right?
Hey, guys, this is the DFF virtue signaling segment.
Oh,
Paul, you remember this story,
brave
right?
girl.
I can't look at this, man. I can't look at this again.
She's brave, Paul.
She's dead
Say
now,
it.
Paul.
She's brave, Paul.
Thank
Say
goodness, honestly.
Thank goodness.
I'm sorry,
You're
but
a fucking monster, dude.
she's out of her fucking misery, man. This is horrible.
She is brave, Paul, or she was brave. Excuse me.
Sophia Weaver, a disabled North Carolina child who both inspired adults with her
Yeah.
spirit and rallied them to her defense when she was attacked online by pieces of shit like Paul.
And Paul
died.
And Paul said he's glad. This is a direct quote from Paul. I'm glad she's dead.
I bet she's glad she's dead.
Sophia
I'm glad
was
she's
dead.
dead. Paul's ego.
Our hashtag Sweet Sophia left the earth last night as she spent every day of her life surrounded by love and adoration. Her mother, Natalie Weaver, wrote Friday on Twitter.
Like, I'm sorry to the family and
Sophia-
everything, but holy shit, man.
Sophia was at the
Glad
center
she's dead, Paul.
of a social media storm in December when Tacoma woman sent Natalie Weaver hateful messages. Sophia had Rett syndrome, a neurological disorder. In February, her family placed her in hospice after the latest of 29 surgeries. This last surgery made it clear to us that Sophia's body is tired, and we always said we would listen to what her body is telling us.
See,
and
that's what I mean.
respect
They're
that,
saying
no
the
matter
same
how
shit.
hard it is.
They're saying the same
But
shit
she's
that
just
I
aside.
said.
It's horrible. But I mean, I get why people fucking rally around this shit that, oh, rah, well, it's feel good, it's virtue signal, let's let everyone know how we're against this person. Like, look, there's pieces of shit in the world. There's always assholes in the world. Like, TJ, for example, is someone that fucking stirs shit up. He pisses people off. He goes out of his way to do it.
There needs to be
And look-
mandated prenatal testing so that people that have these types of disorders, where
Don't
their
have to-
lives
yeah.
are just literally typified by horrible suffering and endless surgeries,
Endless hospital visits.
hospitalization.
I mean,
and
this
just
little
horrible
girl,
torture.
29,
10
10
years
of
old.
torture.
She was not living a fucking full life as a 10-year-old. And I mean, look, she had her time on Earth,
She didn't
whatever.
Even, I mean, we were watching this video, and I remember we watched this video of her, and she doesn't even. She has mental disabilities in
I
addition
understand.
to her physical deformity, so she's not even fully. You know what I mean? It's just horrible for her. She doesn't even have the capacity to understand what's going on around her.
No.
In terms of what people are doing, like it's suffering, horrible, tragic suffering.
I mean, think about even doing one surgery, let alone 29 surgeries in your life. By the time you're
39.
10,
and you can't even be
Said 29,
explained
I
the
thought.
context of it, really. It's just horrible.
Oh, well, whatever.
Like, there
Oh,
needs to
29,
be
whatever.
natal screening for shit like this.
I mean, like-
and we need to stop allowing moms and dads to make the decision like, this is our child, and
She's
I
a
want
blessing.
I want to bring this into the world and just give her,
No.
because fuck you, man. You don't have. Look at you. You get to still walk around being you, and she had 10 years of being that.
And
Fuck you.
This mom now is, of course, she's now devoting her life to being an advocate for deformed kids and stuff.
Which is fine.
Probably taking the exact opposite approach as you, though. By the way, of
Right.
like,
Encouraging people
encouraging
to
it.
I mean, look,
keep
you
them.
gotta
Obviously,
keep it. You gotta keep it.
Obviously, you have to accept the people that are here, but I agree with Paul. I think in the future, no, I don't think it makes sense. I think if there's a way to alleviate the suffering, we should.
There's no way, and see, here's the horrible thing. This person at 10 years old, a normal 10-year-old would be lucid enough to have a conversation about that. And I'm not saying the deep philosophical implications of do you want to be here, but she wasn't even capable of communicating that. Wasn't even capable of making that choice or having that kind of a thought process.
But we live in a country where even if she had said, I want to die, they would have said no.
Do you wanna die? Disney CEO says it will be difficult to film in Georgia if abortion law takes effect.
Wow, what a softball stance. Thanks.
It'll be very difficult.
Anaheim,
Translation,
California.
We'll still do it.
Walt Disney co-chief executive Bob Iger told Reuters on Wednesday it would be very difficult, quote unquote, for the media company to keep filming in Georgia if the new abortion law takes effect because many people would not want to work in the U.S. state. Disney has filmed blockbuster movies in Georgia such as Black Panther and Avengers Endgame, and it would be a blow to the state's effort to create production jobs if the entertainment giant stopped filming there. Georgia's Republican governor signed into law on May 7th a ban on abortion after a doctor can detect a fetal heartbeat about 6 weeks into the pregnancy, before many women know they are pregnant. The law is due to take effect January 1st if it survives court challenges. Asked if Disney would keep filming in Georgia, Iger said it would be very difficult to do so if the abortion law is implemented.
They're going to stop filming here, too?
I rather doubt we will, Iger said in an interview ahead of the dedication for a new Star Wars section at Disneyland. I think many people who work for us will not want to work there, and we will have to heed their wishes in that regard. Right now, we are watching it very carefully. And yeah, that's a good point because Louisiana just passed a similar stupid law.
Missouri, Alabama.
Yesterday, I think, or the day before. Ohio.
Ohio as well.
Passed this stupid heartbeat law. A lot of these conservative states are passing this heartbeat law. Ohio doesn't even really seem like an overtly conservative state, but for some reason, I mean, it's really not in terms of its breakdown, but for some reason, the right
area we
lived
lived in, sure, but most areas outside of that.
Well, I'm talking about overall in the state. I mean, it's generally thought of what used to be thought of as a swing state, but obviously, it's taken a hard turn right in recent years.
It has become a red state.
So, so they passed it there. My wife is actually at a fucking protest right now.
Fight the power.
She's at the state capitol protesting these pieces of shit that passed this law.
It was actually sponsored by a quote-unquote Democrat.
So, yeah, fuck that guy.
And the governor of the state is a quote-unquote Democrat who has already said, or has not already done it, signed this into law. Contingent upon the Mississippi law, which is being challenged in federal court, which probably will not stand unless it goes to the Supreme Court, and then who knows if that's going to happen. Probably not. I don't think the Supreme Court wants to touch abortion with a 10-foot pole right now.
Well, maybe it does, though. Because that's kind of been the conservative plan for a long time, and
stack the court.
I don't think that
liberals didn't really do much to stop it.
Look,
we never fought for it to be a constitutional right.
If Trump can appoint another person to the Supreme Court, it may very well come to the Supreme Court.
It could happen. There's a lot of
I would say right now,
fucking people on that court.
I don't think that it would happen. I think the court would vote against
Ruth Bader Ginsburg is looking pretty fucking mummy dust
She
at this
better
point.
hope that she fucking survives longer than Trump does.
I think if Trump gets a second term, there's pretty much no fucking chance that she's going to outlast that.
No, almost
So he's
none.
definitely getting more appointments if he gets a second term. So the court will definitely we might end up in a situation where the country is veering to the left, but the courts are extraordinarily right wing.
It could happen.
So could be interesting. But yeah, I wonder if Disney would pull out of shooting in Louisiana, because I know Louisiana is a big state for. There's been all kinds of movies and TV shows and shit that are shot in this state. There's
these bigger studios,
enormous tax credits for it.
These bigger studios like Disney, they shoot wherever the best location is. So they shoot all over the United States, and I'm just wondering if they're just going to extend that to all of Alabama. If they find a forest in Alabama they want to shoot in, are they going to not do it because Alabama passed the most restrictive abortion law ever?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what. Why not ask him about the slew of these laws that are coming out right now?
That's true.
And whether or not they're going to shoot in all of these states.
It's probably because they've just been filming a lot of their productions recently in Georgia. When New Mexico had the tax credits.
Georgia is a really big one for film.
Well, yeah, they did The Walking Dead and a number of other shows there. New Mexico was big for a while. Breaking Bad was set there because of the tax credits.
Right.
I think Thor was filmed in New Mexico too. So a bunch of Marvel properties were filmed there.
So let's just go. Let me just tell you some of the films that have been shot in Georgia, because it's immense. It's an immense, a huge amount of films. Wow, this is beyond. Let me just put this on the fucking screen. Fifth Wave, 42, Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies, All My Babies, Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip.
Yeah. So it looks like it's like a tax haven.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these look like kind of
Medea's Big Happy
Medea!
Family,
Yeah.
Medea's Witness Protection, Magic Mike XXL, Mean Girls 2, Manhunter.
A bunch of films currently being filmed there.
Taken 3.
whatever.
All Smokey and the Bandit back in the day. So this is not only is it being used in films a lot now, but throughout history.
Yeah.
Throughout film history anyway.
It appears that way.
Yeah. So obviously there's huge tax credits for doing it there. Disney, as they said, Disney's been using it a lot lately, actually. If I go back one screen, you can see that Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, Hunger Games, Baby Driver. Baby Driver's not Disney.
Stranger Things. Yeah, damn, there's a lot of shit's been filmed there.
Stranger Things been shot there. Let's see, this is choicehotels.com, so this is more of a cultivated list of shit that's been shot there.
Yeah, The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, Baby Driver, Guardians of the Galaxy,
Oh, the
Captain
Hunger
America,
Games?
Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Hunger Games, Stranger Things, The Vampire Diaries. I don't know what that one is, but all the other ones I've heard of. So, I mean, that's, there's a lot of shit that gets filmed there. So, Hollywood actually is in a position to punish Georgia for this political decision is kind of the point I'm making.
Gotcha.
Will they actually do it, or will they just kind of quietly... Will they just virtue signal about how they're not going to do it and then quietly start doing it again when no one's paying attention? I would think it's probably going to be the second one.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Anyway, that's all the stories we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you on Friday. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you on
tomorrow.
Friday.
See you motherfuckers tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.